Welcome to the Adventure Archive. My name is Jason, and I have the privilege of introducing these four people, as well as all of you, to Mörk, which is a doom metal of a game by Pelle Nielsen and Johan Nor. Oh man, what do we get here? I already got a follower. Thank you, JJ Ray. Published by Free League. So this is our session 0. What the plan is because it is a new system to many people, we are going to do character creation. And I'm going to go over the rules, give everybody an overview, go through all the classes that these four lovely people are going to attempt to maybe get beyond the first game. We'll see. I don't know. Ryan has some pain points there. We'll talk about that story in a little bit. So I'm going to be cycling between a roll table and Foundry. Yes, we're using Foundry, not Roll20 for this guy. As well as the PDF, which you guys see below here. And so yeah, let's introduce our players. So we have Jess to my left, to my right. One of these, there we go. Over here. So she's in all kinds of stuff. She's in Dark Kingdoms. She wants to be in Theros.
She's in all kinds of stuff. Says the one thing that she's in.
I know. I was like, wait a minute. That isn't right. She will start streaming soon. At least that's what I hear. She also is going to be running a game very soon because of our community goal. So what that game is going to be, we're not sure yet. And then next we have Ryan. You know Ryan, our resident DM at the Adventure Archive. Melee After Dark. For those of you who get up that early or stay up that late, one or the other. And we have Ducky, who is I've just met tonight actually. So he's got an awesome channel, Silent But Ducky. If anybody wants to talk about their stuff, feel free. And then our newest member of the Adventure Archive, Janelle, who I'm very excited to play with because I've seen her variety of character work, which has been awesome. So let's start it.
And we got a Bane already from
a
Gilded
Bane.
Staff.
Thank you. Oh yeah, I will explain that. So on the bottom left, feel free to load these people up with blesses and omens, which I'll talk about because that is something new to Mörk. So that is going to be the price of what a shield is in D&D. So you can see down below that we have Bless is standard. It's going to be a D4 to any D20 roll. Bane, D4 to me. Omens, this is the unique differentiator of Mörk. So how those work is players get, I believe, up to 4 per day, depending on the class that they go with. But you guys can also buy them. I am going to make a rule, though, however, that they cannot go above their max of their class. So if they only have at most 2, that's as high as it's going to go. So they're not going to be sitting there with like 20 omens. Ryan, don't get dead, okay? Yeah, he had a glorious death in the first session of Mörk many months ago. But anyway, so what an omen is you can choose any one of these things below when you use one. So you can either deal max damage on an attack, you can re-roll a die, or someone else's die, which is really cool. So it does not have to be just for you. So if someone's out of omens and they just totally fail it, you could decide to use an omen for them. You can lower damage on any attack by a d6 or fall or whatever it may be. You can neutralize a crit or fumble. And in this game, crit and fumbles are a little bit more damaging, let's say. So usually if you're attacking with a weapon and you crit, the weapon breaks or is lost. So you can mitigate that basically with that. And then finally, you can lower one test difficulty rating by -4. So much like Dungeons & Dragons, this is a D20 based system. So there will be a difficulty rating or like a DC in Dungeons & Dragons, and you will roll against that. So so you know, if you want to make sure you are more likely to succeed, use an omen. Another interesting feature of this game, it's player-facing roles. So, got another. Thank you.
Oh, I got a tally going. Yeah, no, I'm making notes.
I got a Bane.
The chat is wonderful. We got a bless for myself, for Janelle, for Ducky. We got one for Jess. We just got another bless for Jess and another Bane for you.
Thank you for keeping track of that.
And I'll just in case we miss it, since this is kind of a different setup with me not running it, I guess. All of this stuff does come through in the creator dashboard, and I'll make sure we tally it up correctly as well.
Awesome.
For the blesses.
Yeah. There will be no combat this game, but like I said, load these guys up. I do not know what's going to happen.
We'll need them next time, so we don't get eaten by giant worms.
Yeah, it's an interesting game because it's I don't know. It can be like in the last session we played, Jess was she was this cursed skinwalker, which is basically like a shape changer. Oh man, look at this. Another one. Thank you. So right now I have 2 Banes for me. I have 1 bless for Jess. Is that a second one?
Oh no, Jess has 2, Ducky has 1, Janelle has 2, I have 1, and you have 2.
All right.
Okay, Asgard.
Damn.
Be chaosy.
2. All right, well, I will update this right now. It should change. There we go. Hopefully that's accurate. I'm sure it'll change, right? As more people roll in. But anyway, yeah, we'll do character creation first. And what's cool about that as well is we're actually going to be rolling characters. There is no standard array in this game. It is literally you roll. There is no like, oh, I want to move this to this stat. You roll for a stat. So you roll for your strength. You roll for all that. It's not like I want this one higher and this one lower to redesign a character. No, that is what you get. So let's go around the table and talk about who is playing what. So let's start. I'm going to start. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, not in combat, I'm going to try my best to move around the virtual table here to keep the game moving. So we'll start with Jess and then move down to Ryan, up to Ducky, and then Janelle. Last but not least.
All right. I want to play the Esoteric Hermit.
All right, so let me get to the Esoteric Hermit. Here we are. So you guys should be seeing. So the Esoteric Hermit. The stone of your cave is one with the stars, silence and perfection. Now the chaos of a fallen world disturbs your rituals, and the call of night grows blacker than your cavern's gloom. Irritating. So basically, you're pissed to be out of your cave. So
That's right.
You're like, yeah, that's accurate. So some unique identifiers are, so you get 1d6 times 10 silver. D4 Omen, so this is one of those characters that's going to have more than the standard D2 omens. And you get your toughness plus D4 is your HP. Standard is D8. So you are not a very resilient fellow, but that's okay. And then we have up here on the next what your abilities are. So you can see here how the rolling for abilities is going to be a little bit different depending on what you are. So you are wise, roll 3d6 plus 2 for presence. Weak, roll 3d6 minus 2 for strength. Ordinary starting equipment, blah, 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 blah. And then, like I said, everything in this game is roll tables. So we're going to be they're not going to be choosing these, right? They're going to roll it, and that's what they're going to get. Same thing for backgrounds. So it'll be kind of an interesting experience, I think, for everybody to see. Hopefully some people I know are a little bit intimidated by creating backstories. So this mitigates that by actually allowing you to roll for those, and it creates a lot of cool combinations. So, all right. So Ryan, you were playing the Dead God's Prophet.
All I'm saying is, I get we're rolling for everything, but if I end up with the God of Impotence, I'm re-rolling. All right.
The God of Impotence. Why can't I move this over? Anyway, I will change the view to one page. And let me know if the music's too loud in the chat. Sounds okay to me, but you guys tell me. Let's do a... Oh, that is single page. Anyway, okay.
Oh, yeah,
Who is the dead God's prophet? You hear voices in your head telling you what to do, or at least you think you do. You are the prophet of a god. Only your god is dead, slain by the basilisk she within the wretched peaks of the Borg crypt. Now no one wants to hear the words of your god, but you can still hear them. Day and night, like hot wires through your brain. So, sounds a lot like Ryan, I think. I think it's a good choice.
Music's so, loud.
Chat saying the music's just
too
loud? A wee bit loud.
It has been lowered. Okay. So yeah, you once again, roll tables. You name your god. So that's what's interesting about Mörk is there's all these like folk gods and dead gods and things like that. There's a lot of cults rising up. So it's not a very defined set of gods. So we get to make them up. And then you get, you're obsessed, 3d6 plus 2 for presence. Presence is like, it's sort of like your wisdom and all that wrapped into one. So there's only a handful of abilities in Mörk. There's not as many as D&D. So we'll get into that later, though. And then also you get to, you have 2 gifts you get to roll a d8 for. So let's move on to Ducky. Ducky is playing the Pale One.
Yes.
So this is an interesting character. This is a this was actually a follower in let's see here. A hireling. They call them outcasts in the rule book. But then Mr. Tim Rudolph here. Rudloff, sorry, not Rudolph. He made it into a class. So this one's not in the official rule book, but it is an official third-party class. So here is what the Pale One is. Very alien-like. You lurk on the fringes of settlements, observing, perhaps judging, but rarely interacting. You are fundamentally other and belong nowhere. You've had bouts of incoherent madness and self-destructive rages, but mostly you simply wait in solitary resignation for that which is inevitable. So this is going to be an interesting character for sure. So as far as what makes them unique, they're going to have the longest name ever too. So there's a roll table down here. I think you can see. And let me zoom in a little bit here. So you roll 3d20, and this is how you name yourself. And so I'll leave it up to the players too. If you guys want to name yourselves or roll name, there's a roll table for names as well. Up to you, but you could be like beneath awaits the decay or something like that. So that is the Pale One. All right, Janelle.
I'm going to be playing the Occult Herb Master.
The Occult Herb Master. Let's find the Occult Herb Master. Oh, there we are. The Occult Herb Master. Sorry if you guys, I'm not looking at the chat at the moment, but I will pay more attention once we get into things.
We also have a request to roll a d4 to decide who that bless goes to.
Oh, wait, what? Oh, nice. Who wants to roll it? Me roll a d4?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, I'll roll a d4. Two. Gave me a horn sound too.
Another for Jess.
All right. So we'll tally those up in
already.
a second. Anyway, born of the mushroom, raised in the glade, watched by the eye of the moon in a silver black pool. So you're apparently tough as wood. There's a joke in there somewhere. Roll 3d6 plus 2 for toughness. But you're low in protein. 3d6 minus 2 for strength. And then all the other stuff is normal, except you have a portable laboratory. And you can continually search for frequently expended ingredients. Daily, you have the materials to create 2 randomly determined decoctions and can brew a total of D4 doses. That's pretty cool. So she will be, let me zoom in so everybody can check it out. She'll be rolling on this table. So there's a red poison, Azumil's vapor, southern frog stew. So I guess we have kind of a healer, maybe.
Maybe if I'm lucky and
maybe
roll right. Some days.
I mean, just look at this. Southern frog stew, vomit for D4 hours, pass a DR 14 test, or you can do nothing else. Awesome. But then there's elixir vitalis, heals D6 and stops infection. Can be habit forming though, like Beat'em knows from Dark Kingdoms. All right, well, let's get rolling, everybody. So I trust that you all have your characters up so you know what to roll and how to roll it. I'm going to reveal the board. So I thought it only appropriate to have 7 candles for the apocalypse, as well as the Mörk board cult logo in the center. So let's do it. If you guys forgot how to use Foundry's roll, it's in the bottom. So you can roll 1d6 at a time. You can do a formula if you tap the die. Oh man, look at this. Saul just saw 500.
Oh wow. Coming in hot.
Friend. Thank you.
Dang.
Thanks, an avocado. What is this for, Saul? I assume.
That blesses?
Yeah. So I guess Ryan, if you keep a total tally, then I'll take care of it toward the end.
Oh, you got another Bane.
Someone's rolling a D20.
That was the wrong button.
It's okay.
All for Jason. All right. So that'll be.
I don't know if you want to give me all these Banes. I don't think you have any idea what these poor fools are going to go through, but I will gladly take them. So wait until they start rolling and you see how many hit points they're going to have. This is what's going to be fun.
Equipment first or abilities first?
Let's do abilities, and actually, I will. Since we're talking about abilities, I'll pop the rule book up really quick, but you guys can get your stuff situated.
Steph coming in with 400 biddies for all the players too.
Oh.
That was nice.
Thank you so much.
Even it
sweet.
out a little bit. Even it out a little bit. All right, let me. I swear I know how to use Adobe Acrobat here. So let's look at abilities. I will switch it back momentarily, or really quickly anyway. Here are the abilities. So agility, pretty self-explanatory. Defend, balance, swim, flee. Presence is perceive, aim, charm. So if you're doing any kind of melee stuff, or throwing a rock or a skull or a femur, that's what that is. Charm, wield powers. So that ability is very important for anyone wielding. And what powers are so magic works a little bit differently. You have clean scrolls and unclean scrolls. And once again, roll table. You don't get to go through your little list and pick and choose and strategize. It is what you get, and you will obviously find more of those along the way. Strength, obvious, crush, lift, strike, grapple. And toughness, this is kind of your constitution. So resist poison, cold, heat, or survive falling. So that's all it is. And another thing, So once you roll these abilities, they immediately translate to a -3, -2, a -3 to +3. So once you roll these numbers, you don't need to worry about the totals, right? So you never need to worry about like, oh, I got an 18 or a 16. It's all modifiers. Because what they'll do is they'll roll against a difficulty rating and then add or subtract the modifier, and that's the result.
Oh no.
And speaking of difficulty ratings, that's what you guys see here now. So just a lot like D&D, where you have range. Man, we're getting hammered. What was that?
It was a little
Grant
hype
Elder's
train.
coming in with
blesses.
400 more bits,
Wow.
and then a hype train. Heltinda coming in with.
Aw, thanks.
You told him to load us up. You told him to load us up.
I did.
And Heltinde.
Don't.
Yeah,
Okay,
Heltinde coming in with another 400.
Yeah, let me talk about omens really quick though. So we'll see what these guys get today, but omens are going to be much more valuable than blessings. Oh wow, look at all this.
Aw.
Thank you for look at all these. Man, it's just.
Who is Magic Thistle?
The mystery.
Thank you for the sub. Much appreciated. Wow. I can't keep up. Dang. Look at all these. Thanks for the gifts,
Hype
guys.
train.
Yeah.
Hype train. So anyway, difficulty ratings, pretty self-explanatory. Standard is 12. They'll go up and down, and then the modifiers will tweak those. So let's get back to the board, everybody, and let's see what you're rolling. So what do we got here? Anybody roll yet? Janelle rolled 3d6, so you got an 8.
Yeah.
And what are you rolling for? What is that? What stat is that?
Strength.
Okay.
Right? It just goes down the line.
Yeah. So you want to pick once you roll that ability, that's what that is. So you can't like take this 8 and move it somewhere else.
Cool.
Yeah. It's
So
gonna
then-
be, like I said, it's gonna be interesting.
Question for the DM.
Yeah.
On my Herb Master, it says roll 3d6 -2 for strength. So I would add that -2 to the roll or to the ability modifier.
No. So you roll 3d6 and you subtract 2,
Okay.
and then that number tells you what your modifier is.
Okay, cool.
So in your case, what is your total? 6 then?
Yeah.
So you have a -2.
Yeah.
So anytime you do something that requires strength, you have to subtract 2 from
Got
that.
frail little bones.
Yeah. Well, it said you were weak,
arms.
so I guess it's
Yeah.
appropriate, right?
But tough. Which I don't know how that works.
It just means you can't hit, but you can take a beating.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
great. Little whipping.
So the
something.
rest of you, feel free to start rolling some stats.
Okay, so I've been focused a lot on this.
No worries.
I have my character sheet
I will
up.
I will keep an eye on it now.
How do I roll? How do I roll the stats on this? How do I make my dice happen?
So
Oh no.
the bottom
Oh,
left of the
no.
screen, you see how there's like a line of
Yep.
dice down there? So
Oh,
you don't see
That's
those?
so bad.
Oh no.
oh.
Under the chat window?
Okay.
That's good.
There's a chat window? Oh, yep.
You got it now?
Yep.
All right, you got it
Yep.
now. So, yeah, you can click those.
Oh,
and if you
just
click
3
them,
and then hit a d6. Yep.
or you can
gotcha.
tap it 3 times and then hit roll, and it'll do 3d6. Up to you if you want to do it singular. Or... Oh, 5.
Dies so fast.
I got a 12. So that's my strength. That's my first thing is my strength is a 12.
I
All right,
you
and
can
then
choo-
I
you
don't-
can- you don't have to go in order. You just have like when you say I'm rolling for strength, I'm rolling for strength. Or if I'm
right?
rolling for toughness, I'm rolling for toughness. So you can't do is like move the numbers. around.
-3.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I am
Negative
-3.
3.
So-
We're getting some good ones in here.
I have 0 positive abilities.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So then I look at my
Oh boy.
Wait, which
So,
one's wisdom?
what do we
Oh,
get?
presence.
Present.
Oh, thank you to either Jess or Sisla because those dice just screwed both of them over majorly. Roll a d4. Evens Jess. Okay, I'll roll a d4. Here we go. It's a 4.
What does that mean?
So
That's
Jess
Jess.
gets
Jess
the
gets another one.
blesses.
She only has 1, 2, 3,
Thank
4,
you.
5, 6. She has 7
yeah, you know
blesses.
what?
Do you want to do a
Let's-
quick update?
Yeah, let's do an update. So hang on, let me get to my file. All right, let me start with Jess. How many does she have?
All right, Jess has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you guys.
And how many do you have?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5.
You have 5. Okay.
I do.
What about Ducky?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. And Janelle?
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. Okay.
And you have 1, 2,
many.
3, 4, 5. Yep.
5. Oh man, you guys.
And our hype train just wrapped up as well. Thank you guys all so much
Yeah.
for
thank you.
a level 2 hype train with 5 subs and 1,800 biddies. Thank you guys so much.
Wow.
Thank all of you so much.
All right. We should be updated. Should be good. So, let's talk about omens, everybody, before you start buying all the blesses. Because that is one thing that is very unique for the new people who just joined. Check the bottom left screen. There's a new addition. It's called an omen. And what they can do, that's what these little white numbers are. So it's a 0, 0 right now because they need to roll those and we need to see how many they get. But what those do is you can deal max damage, reroll a die of yours or someone else's, lower damage by d6, neutralize a critical hit or miss or fumble, lower one test difficulty rating by -4. So they get to choose any one of those things and use it, which is really cool. So it's going to kind of change the dynamic. Ironically enough, it's an optional rule in the book, but I think it's very much necessary. I don't think it's an option. There's no option. Oh man, look at all these customized dice thanks to Foundry's Dice So Nice module.
Did I break it?
No, you got are
broke
you
it by
rolling?
writing.
What did you do?
I just wrote what it was for.
You don't. Oh yeah. So that's what broke the thing. But what did you get? Let's see.
11, I think. Yeah, 11.
Okay.
I'm just doing a random
So-
roll just to look at my dice. There it is.
That's for presents.
Yeah, exactly. Gilded stuff. Foundry. I love
0.
this thing so far. This will be the first game I've ever run in it, so hopefully it goes smoothly. I have a lot of modules for visual added visual fidelity, so it will be a testing ground. Yeah, L2, you just redeem Shield for Omen, same price. So I think that we'll have to see. That may be too cheap. I don't know. But they may need it.
There's a limit. There's
No,
a top
there's
limit
a
on
limit,
what.
but there's no limit. As like if you lose one, someone can buy you one. But yeah, we will see.
I get an omen. Thank you, L2. You
Oh man, look
beautiful
at that.
bastard.
All right, well, okay.
So
why
here's
don't
the thing.
Let's roll for omens really quick then before we get too far into the stats because I want to make sure those are updated so people can see what you have. So just
Okay,
check your class and it'll tell you how many. You
I
get.
have D3 omens.
Thanks, Grand Eldritch, for stopping by. Have a great night.
Yes, thank you so much.
2 out of 2.
Okay, so Janelle,
Ooh.
awesome. 2 out of 2.
Eltinde for the Duckster gets a bless.
All right, so I will add Ducky. I'll give him, he's up to 5 now. And
Yep.
then Janelle, you got 2 of 2 omens, which is awesome.
We know who everybody's favorite player is now.
All right, so yeah, go ahead and roll your omens when you get a chance, and I'll add them to the overlay and re-update it.
How do I roll the D3 in here? Do I just do a D6 and divide by 2?
Yeah, yeah. Do that. I think the command, I can't remember what the command is.
5, so that's a 3,
Three.
right? Fuck yeah.
So you get 3. What's your max omens? 4 or 3? 3 out of
No,
3?
it says D3, so it's 3, right?
Yeah. Okay. All right, 3 out of 3. So I just need Ducky and Jess to roll their omens.
I got 4.
I got 4.
Ooh, look at that.
Nice.
Okay, well, nobody needs omens yet.
Hey, I got one in store though. What happens if since he got me one before
That's fine.
we did the roll?
I'll give you like a
5 out of 4.
temporary omen, I guess, right? So
There we
Ducky,
go.
4/4. I will just say, I'll just add a +1 to you
Yeah.
for now, and then delete it after.
And you got Ducky up to 5, right?
Yes. So I have Jess at 7, Ducky's at 5, Janelle's at 5, you're at 5. Yeah, I guess
And you're at 5.
favorite, I'm at 5.
One of those was luck.
Mm.
All right, we should look
But-
good on the so everybody, you guys can see now all of your generous contributions to these poor, pitiful souls.
Okay, so all right. Start from the top because again, I'm a dummy. I rolled a 12 for strength, but I don't see where I adjust that number for my modifier and stuff like that.
So what does it say you roll for strength? Just a 3d6 straight?
I can't find anything for strength.
Hang
What
on, let me-
is there a
let me
different
look
word
you
that they
up.
use for strength? Yeah,
In your
I dumb.
So
I
you
big
probably
So in your class.
3d6
Yeah, I'm looking
plus
at-
2. So you probably roll standard for strength if there's nothing there.
in the abilities area. Yeah.
Yeah. It's in
Yeah,
the
so it says
abilities.
obsessed, 3d6 plus 2 for presence,
Yep.
weak due to the lack of care for bodily functions. I guess I don't wipe well. 3d6 minus 2 for toughness.
Back to front.
And then I roll on the weapon table.
So
yeah.
then
So what you
agility.
want to do then is roll a 3d6 for your strength, and that.
So I got a 12.
Okay, so 12 translates to
0.
a 0 modifier, so you're at +0 on that one.
How does it translate to a 0?
Yeah.
If you look up the here, I'll share the screen again.
Page
for,
26.
Everybody.
26. Okay, so yeah, so I got
So right here,
one up
everybody
right now.
on the stream, you can see what these guys are rolling for. So this is this is how it translates.
6. All right.
+0 is
Ah,
you're
that's what it
right.
was.
You're right, Severus. +0 is good for this game. Poor Janelle has a negative
Okay.
what? A -2 in strength?
-2, -2 plus 0, -1.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mine's -3 plus 2, 0, 0.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Yay.
Now I was just on the wrong page, so I apologize. So I can roll the rest of my scores now. All right.
I know L2, right? Hooray for +0.
My best score.
Oh, another interesting thing while all these guys are working on their characters, I will show everybody what leveling up looks like. And just look at this book, my God. Beautiful. So here is one of my favorite things about this game. There's many. So when you level up, and that is, I mean, there's not really levels in this game, but I determine this, whether it's, you finish an adventure, a campaign, whatever it may be. So it's called getting better or worse, because the trials of their adventures may make them
Like,
injured or crazy or all of the above. So what you do, and it's pretty easy in the beginning. So you roll your HP. If the result is greater than equal to your current max, you increase it by d6. You get a little gift. Left in the debris, you find d6 of something. Silver, unclean scroll, sacred scroll. And then you can roll against abilities as well. So the higher you get, which is kind of a cool balancing act if you think about it, because the longer you play in this game, as bleak as it is, the more you get weathered, and so it makes sense that you don't get stronger or healthier, but you just get torn to pieces. So that is that. And what else do we got to roll? So you guys did all your stats, right?
Hit points.
Oh, hit points. Let's move to the hit points, which is a beautiful heart. Here's hit points. So it is your toughness plus D8. In the worst case, 1 hit point, but never less. Deteriorating progress.
Are you-
Apocalypse. Oh, I need to start the music up, right?
Ooh.
There's music on.
You can hear it?
Yeah.
I mean, I can hear it
Oh,
in Foundry. I don't know if it's
got
on
it really-
stream.
Yeah.
I got it
sure.
really. Oh, it's just really quiet for me.
Oh my gosh. Ugh. All right. Toughness, HP, toughness plus D4. I had like 12 HP with my other guy.
I don't
Never
have
used
much
them.
toughness.
Oh, and then I'll scroll down a little bit here, everybody on the stream. So when you reach 0 hit points, you're broken, which I'll show you that table next. Negative
already
hit
broken.
points, you're dead. There's no death saves. We'll see how it goes. I was thinking about maybe if you go negative hit points to your max. So if you're like 4 into -4, maybe you're dead. We'll see. I don't want the stream to end in like 10 minutes. So how many bits?
I have 0 hit
No
points.
more HP.
I have
Unfortunately,
one hit
Dead
point.
already?
no. You have to have at least one.
I have 1 hit point.
Yeah, I also have 1
I
hit
have
point.
1 hit point. We all have 1 hit
All right. Well, it
point.
was nice playing, everybody. Next week will be our last game of Mörk. This has been fun.
Oh
I'm
man.
supposed to be tough, you guys. It says right here, toughness.
Wow. All right.
Super
Should I be a forgiving GM and let you guys have more than 1 hit point?
We can roll. We can roll maybe one of our blesses to get, since it's a D4.
Okay.
And add
an
it
Let's
to.
do
extra
that.
bless.
Let's do that. Let's
Yay.
do that.
Oh,
Let's
All
do
right.
that.
Look at
I'm
that.
gonna-
Look at
I
the
know-
I'm gonna
blesses
have
coming
2 hit
in.
points.
yeah.
Roll.
All right. Ducky, do you want to use one of your blesses for additional hit points?
Oh, sweet. I have 5 hit points.
Yeah, probably.
All right. So I took a bless from everybody, so we'll get to roll. You sons of bitches rolling 4s here. I'm
We used
roll
to all
one.
the 4s.
Right, you rolled a
I know
1?
I'm gonna roll a goddamn. No,
Oh,
I'm
you
fixing
haven't done
to.
it yet.
I can.
Okay.
I rolled
Okay.
2.
I'm telling you right now.
It's gonna happen. Let's see. Okay.
Woo! All
Not
right.
4
I
hit
negged
points.
it and then was like,
So another
psychology on the
Oh, you
dice.
can't see your roll. Sorry about that. Here,
Here we
you should
go.
be able to see them now.
all right. So where do we put in our HP? Oh, right there, literally
Yeah,
right
if
in
you
front of
double
me.
click on the character sheet. So I'll just show you. I have a dummy character in here for visibility, for the sake of visibility. So where the Gilded Troll sounds like some 1E wizard shenanigans. I got 6 cons, so I throw myself at the enemy so I can die and run. Yeah,
I'm
so,
preparing my next character
if,
already.
If no one is familiar with OSR, it's kind of a different philosophy, right? So when you come into contact with someone who may be aggressive and want to kill you, you might want to run away or hide, right? It's not like every combat situation you encounter, you want to partake in. So
It's not like 5e where
Yeah.
you're basically a
Yeah,
god
it's-
at level 1.
right, you're kind of assuming like when you get into you're rolling initiative, it's combat and you see you see it through, but yeah, a little bit different. Okay, what are we doing?
We do silver and food.
And I'll go through the rules a little bit after everybody. Did everybody roll their unique character attributes like
Oh no, like our god and
yeah,
stuff.
your god and your name? I know
No.
Ducky needs to roll his name.
Let's roll some potions.
All right, I'm gonna
Yes,
roll the
Varys,
name of
that
my
is-
god.
That is exactly right. You're not heroes, you're adventurers. Yeah, this is not a heroic game. You are trying to eke out some kind of existence in a bleak world that is slowly crumbling. Or quickly, we'll see.
So it's an IRL game.
Yeah, exactly.
I rolled a 5. And a 5.
Who has scrolls? Oh, Jables! How is it going? Thank you. Can I get a Jables in the chat, please? Somebody.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Give me all the people in the chat. Whoever Gilded Troll, I can help you too.
Oh yeah, I'll throw out another batch. Yeah.
There we go. Thanks everybody for stopping by for this 0 session. Who's rolling d20s for for your, is that your name?
Yeah, getting that name right now.
I can't wait to see what your name is. Yes,
we are
Jables.
for a very short time gonna have fun before we die.
Yeah, I don't know if you missed it, Jables, but they all had 1 hit point. And we decided to allow people to use a bless to increase that for the sake of the stream. Because it could have ended in 10 minutes and that's no fun.
Are names only on the class or where in the book name?
Yeah, is there a name roll table on the back or something?
It is in the front of the book.
Under papers. Name list, got it.
Is there a specific place that I should just like write notes down? Is that obituary? Is that just like a big old note thing?
Let me check the character sheet out really quick here.
Oh yeah, there is.
Yeah, you can write whatever you want in there.
My god is Nost, Herald of Panic.
Nost? Like Nostis?
Yeah. Like Nostis, my character.
Nostis.
I am my own god. And then where is the name roll table? Of,
you
said
just
from?
got
Very
it.
first
Jables.
page.
Awesome.
Okay, first page. Yeah.
Okay.
It's all
Harga.
connected.
Do we get treasures?
The Nostis with the mostest, yeah. I love that. Every time Andy said your name wrong, I saw the
Well, I think he just does it on purpose because he did the same thing with Nico. He kept calling me Neko the entire time we were doing like the pre Theros game and stuff like that. And I was just like, dude, it's Nico. Nikolaj. Did I spell it wrong? No, there it is. Right. Corpse plundering. Nope.
It's on the if you have the book, it's like the inside.
Oh yeah. The very front left.
Souls all D8 for name.
D6
so it's a D6 to pick the batch and then a D6 to pick the name. Okay.
Correct. And I will show everybody in the stream that just so you can see what we're all looking at here.
Batch 4 and then an 8. Nifel.
Is it even in that? Oh, here we go.
I just got a book of boiling blood. That's so on brand.
So everybody is
There you
rolling
go.
on the table you see now, hopefully. It's the man, woman, La Solzal. So this is pretty common in OSR. So you roll a D6 to designate which table then you roll a D8 in.
Okay.
So what names do we got, everybody?
Harga.
I need to do that.
Arga?
Harga.
Oh. A-R-G-A?
Hargha.
Oh, wait. A-R, go again?
Hargha.
Oh, H. Shit.
Harga.
Arga.
Oh, that's my silver. That's my silver.
Oh, I see you. Hargha. All right.
Will it do a multiplication? It does not. So I have 20 silver. Is there a place I put silver?
Yeah, there should be.
Treasures. Got it.
So what other names do we
Reading
have?
is fun. I'm Nifel, Nifehl. Oh,
Nifehl.
yeah.
Nifel.
Nifel.
Okay.
So my name's pretty short. It's abhorred denies the flesh.
Yes.
Not too bad.
Not
Let's call
too
you
bad.
Fleshy.
Good.
Fleshy. I love it.
Man, so I'm gonna need to make the font, I think, smaller because, oh my god, it won't fit. Okay.
Could stack it vertically. Possibly.
Yeah, maybe I could do that. I don't want to cover his face up too much, but maybe I could. Okay. And Jess, what's yours?
Oh, oops, didn't mean to do that.
Nagel. Nagl.
Nagl, so like bagel with an N?
Yeah,
Got
Nagel.
it. Nagel.
And everything Nagel. That's me.
Oh, hey, Eric, what's going on, man? That was on your short list when you were picking names for the kids. God, please tell me somewhere somebody is using a roll table for their kids' names. That'd be amazing. All right, so I got to figure out how to format Ducky's name here because it's crazy.
Oh my god.
What?
This fucking character. I already have a decreased toughness because of a lack of care for my bodily functions. I also got an ability, Smell of Decay. Not only is your god dead, but their odor of decay pervades you. Tests to defend against attacks have a +2 bonus due to gut-wrenching stench. I basically have ghoul stench. Fun. Cool.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a stinky boy.
Roll for Stinky Boy. BOI.
Yeah. Can we get a roll for Stinky Boy in the chat?
Let's see what we got here. 14 for Stinky Boy.
That's pretty
Yeah.
Stinky. That's pretty.
It's
above
pretty darn
average,
stinky.
Yeah, it's above average stench.
Yeah.
All right, I think
D8.
I may have to scale your name down a little bit here.
Above average stench. Damn, Savaris.
19.
All
That's
right,
good.
let's see here. Ducky as.
Oh, I'm gonna put
Ooh, man.
this.
It's going to be a tight fit. All right, I'm going to update this, and then, Jess, you can tell me if the layout sucks.
Okay.
Magic. Should be up there.
Oh, there it is.
I was hoping, Ducky, you'd have one where we could just give you an acronym, but ADF doesn't really work.
I think that looks good.
Okay, cool. Harga, Nifel, Nagel.
We gotta be careful with that one.
Nagel?
Yeah. Oh,
like
you guys can
Nagel.
change your names in the Jess and Ducky. You can change your names at the top of your character sheet if you want to.
Yes, you can.
Oh, yeah.
Can I change my picture, or can only you do that?
Do I need to, can I give you access to do that? I don't know. We can do that
You don't-
later.
don't worry about
we
it.
can just,
Yeah.
just pick photos and I can drop them in, and that'll be your tokens as well.
L2
did the
just asked what
character sheet
character
looks like?
sheets look like.
I will
Yeah.
show you. One sec. Let me hide the PDF here. And I'll click on my dummy character. So they're pretty basic. So I have a dummy character in here for visibility's sake because I am not capturing my screen because I know everybody's logged into Twitch. So yeah, this is all your details, what you are. Short rest, long rest, how many omens you have. Miseries. Oh yeah, we'll talk about miseries as well. Obituary, violence. So this is where you add all of your weapons, armor, you equip, unequip. You roll your attacks in here. Feats. So feats are actually only for classless people. They're called unheroic feats. So unfortunately, everybody chose a class, but so we won't see those. Powers, like I said, those are scrolls. It's basically magic. And treasures, self-explanatory. But that's about it. It's a pretty simple character sheet. Super simple rules.
Do you know which page the weapons and armor are on the roll table for that?
Actually, if you guys go over to the compendium packs in Foundry, which is the upper rightmost next to the cog, to the left of the cog.
Okay. Oh shit.
Yeah, actually L2, I was talking with the guy who developed this module. So this module for Borg isn't officially from Free League, but the guy who actually is developing or developed the alien stuff for them developed this one. And the one downside is I was talking to him yesterday is at the bottom of the screen, which you guys can't see. Let me see if I can move it up. Does it not show? Oh, weird. There's macros at the bottom. And unfortunately, you cannot drag from the character sheet to there yet, but he's working on that in the next update. But once again, it's so simple, like the roles in this game, that I don't think it's completely necessary to have macros. And then, yeah, if you guys, so you guys found the compendiums where you can do the roll table there?
I did, but it says roll a d4 on the weapon table. Is that how many weapons I have, or the different types of weapons?
You get. So let me go back to the PDF.
So, yeah, so there's way more than 4. There's way more than 4.
But that means you cannot get anything. So the way, if you look at the PDF, which let me go to it now so everyone else can see. Where is, okay. So if we get to the weapons.
So is the one at the top like 1? How does it work?
What do you mean?
In the compendium, like how do we roll for it?
If you click.
Yeah, because there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
If you click on like the armor folder.
Mm-hmm.
Or actually, oh wait. No, that's just a, where's roll tables at? Oh yeah, so go at the bottom.
It's all the way at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you can, yeah, your starting weapon. So let me just get to the weapons so people on stream can see what we're talking about here. So yeah, here is the weapon. So if you get a 1, you get a femur. If you roll a 1, you get a femur. Oh, Circe's here. Welcome. If you, let me zoom out a little bit for everybody too. So this is basically normally you roll a d10. If you begin with a scroll, you roll a d6. Otherwise, that's designated by your class. So if Ryan's rolling a d4, here's the other weapons. So if you get a 2, it's a staff. A 3 is short sword. 4 is a knife. So basically, what they're doing, Ryan, is you can't get a 5 or above, meaning 5 would be a warhammer, 6 would be a sword, 7 bow. And then what else? Oh, flail's a D8. You know, if you get an 8, it's a flail. 10 is a Zweihanda.
It says I roll. So it says roll D4, so I can only get like from like the 4th thing down is what they're saying.
Yep, exactly. So when you roll a D4, you can tell me the number and I'll
Okay. And then it also says, I am literate and can use scrolls, but must pass a DR12 presence test when encountering them, not to immediately attempt to destroy them as words of false gods. If
Oh.
it says, if you start with the scroll, consider that you passed the test. So how do I know if I started with the scroll?
You roll that on the equipment. So up here. So like I said, basically the way the characters work is if it doesn't have anything, so you can see up here, you roll a d6 for your equipment, a d12, and a d12. So you roll a d6, a d12, and a d12. Unless otherwise it tells you in your character. So if there's no listing for it, you roll in this sheet. So if you get...
Where am I looking for this? Oh, you're on stream showing it. Gotcha.
I'm on stream showing it, yeah.
Gotcha.
I'll zoom in.
What page is that in the PDF?
It is page 23.
Oh, okay. And we all roll for these things.
Yes, unless it says otherwise. Sometimes it'll say roll this on this table instead of a d12, but if it doesn't, that's what it is.
So weapons are d10s, d6 if you've been given with the scroll, but my class says d4. So they're basically like, fuck you.
For your
Mine
weapon?
does too. I got a femur.
Yeah.
And a
Oh,
knife.
you got a femur? Nice.
To begin with, you are what you own. All right, a d6.
I am maxed out on carrying capacity.
I got nothing. Cool.
You get what you get it too?
Yeah, I am what I get, and I get nothing. So I'm.
What about you get to roll a
That's what
d12 though for more
Yeah.
equipment? 2 d12s.
So I have a sharp needle. All right.
Useful.
Sorry, I was hiding the roll table for a second, guys. It should be back.
And a grappling hook. So there's no stats on those, so I assume those are just flavor.
For a grappling hook, yeah, it'd just be like, you know, if you want to scale a wall or something.
Nice.
I might give you, you know, a bonus or something. And then let's see what else we got. Has everybody rolled on this table yet?
I think so.
It's just the weapon table. Oh, this
No,
is
the actual equipment
supplies.
table. Yeah, the equipment table.
Oh, I need
Yeah,
to do
grappling hook
armor.
could be cool. I mean, maybe
could
I'll
be,
just
could
add
be,
a lot of
could be.
wall. Maybe I'll add a lot of walls. That's another thing, everybody. I think that anything can be a weapon, right? You can use it.
Sure.
It's not just like normally it's like a D4 is kind of standard. That's what the femur is. So if you wanted to use a grappling hook as a weapon, why the hell not?
But yeah, it's got prongies.
Yeah. It's like a poor
Roll for
man's
character.
character.
brownies.
Starting armor. What do I get to roll for?
Does it tell you in your character? Let's see. Let me look you up.
Yeah. It says I get to roll a d4 on weapon. I'm in armor. I roll a d2 on the armor table.
Okay, D2. So let's go to the armor table.
And then, so I'll just roll a d4 and bottom two are a 1, top 2 is a...
Let's see what it is. Armor. We are
It's
at
a
the armor,
1.
everybody. So you got
So I
no
have
armor.
light armor.
Wait, you got you
Oh,
rolled
I
a
have no
1?
armor? Yeah.
Yeah, a 1 is no armor. 2 is light armor.
Son of a bitch. All right, let's look at the weapon. Starting weapon. I get to roll a d4. All right. I got a 3.
For your starting weapon?
Yeah.
Let's see what that is. That is a...
Is that a short sword?
Yeah.
short sword.
Woo.
D4 damage. Tough guy.
Okay. All right.
Remember though, you are a prophet. You are not a... Yeah, Eric, you are what you get. I love that about this. It even says that in the beginning. Where does it say it? Somewhere around here. You are what you own. Yeah, so says, in this world, there are those who seek riches or redemption. Some say the apocalypse is escapable, that it might even be stopped, and there you walk in discord and despair. One hand holds 2d6 times 10 silver. The other holds a water skin and d4 days worth of food. Your soul and your silver are what you own, and equally easy to lose. To begin with, you are what you own. So don't forget to write, you got a water skin, d4 days of food, and then I think the silver might be on your character sheet, actually, or I mean on your class.
It's under treasures. Yeah.
Yeah,
and then, so
too.
can I?
Yeah, they can. Yeah, if somebody has a sword and they want to give to Ryan, or yeah, totally. There's only limitations in this game if it explicitly says so. So, for example, one of the classes that they did not go with is called the Fang Deserter, which I'll show you. He cannot, or she, that class cannot use scrolls at all. So it's essentially the warrior class. And but I love it says something along the lines of where is it? Like, I think if you get a scroll on the roll table, you either eat it or wipe your ass with it or something like that. Oh yeah, here we go. If you begin with one scroll, re-roll, eat it, or use it as toilet paper. So, but yeah, like most of these people, unless it explicitly says otherwise, you can use anything. So if you find a Zweihander, a great sword, and it doesn't say anywhere you can't use it, go for it.
I love on the character creation part, it's like, number 1, randomize your starting equipment. Number 2, randomize your weapon and armor. Number 3, roll your abilities. Number 4, roll your hit points. Number 5, name your character if you wish. It will not save you.
Yep. So yeah.
Yes, do you have room in your carrying capacity?
I don't know how to tell. How do I tell this?
So
Under
as you add
treasures?
items, it will show you.
I have
how
a
many you
femur
have.
and light armor. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
2 out of 5. I haven't rolled for any like treasures. Or
So Eric, I'll go through really
Guys.
quick. This is Janelle. She's an occult herb master. And then Ryan is a Dead God's Prophet, which is a third-party class. So it's not in the actual rule book. Ducky is a Pale One, which is a very alien-like, I don't know, non-human? I don't really know what it is. I guess that's up to you.
Is it a little Lovecraftian? Is that what it's supposed to be?
So it's kind of weird the way it describes it. You lurk on the fringe of settlements, observing, perhaps judging, but rarely interacting. I don't know. It's just like you're kind of this alien being that came from somewhere. So I guess it could be Lovecraftian. There's really not a lot of detail to it, but the way it's illustrated is very, I don't know, weird. So, and then Jess, you are Hermit, right?
Yep.
She is the esoteric hermit right here. So make sure to run into the graveyard from Firelink Shrine to grab the Zweihander. Yeah. So a little spoiler for the viewers. There will be a graveyard in the adventure.
Oh, okay. All right. Right.
And then another thing we're going to have to roll, and I'm going to completely leave that up to the players on how they want to do this. So as you know, or if you don't know, if you just joined us, this world is ending. And the end of this world is dependent upon, where is it? The Scriptures of Necrubel. The calendar of Necrubel. So the way this works is that there are 6 miseries that happen. And there are these these just catastrophes of biblical proportions. And so what you do is you first decide. Oh, you guys can't see that. I need to move.
What page is it?
It is on
16.
page 16. I need to hang on. Let me change my page view to scroll. Yeah, here we go. So we need to decide, when will all this agony end? So the way it works is we decide how long we want this campaign to go on for. Meaning, once all of these miseries happen, the 7th misery is the end. And that's it. The game is over. It even says, yeah, the 7th misery will always be 7-7. And the world finally dies. The 7th seal is broken for the 7th and final time. The game and your lives end here. Burn the book. There's actually some really cool photos that I've seen people burning the book. But anyway, what we need to do at some point is you choose, it's a D100 or a D20, a D10, a D6, or a D2. And the way it works is every day you will roll a, or I guess me, I will roll each a die at dawn, and it's 6. And depending on if it gets on a 1, then I roll a D66 and look at this table. And these are the nameless scriptures. So, for example, if I rolled a 1, the city shall be made hollow. Of those who rest in hollowness, they shall not be seen. And basically, it's my job to interpret what that is and add it to the game world. So it's a really cool concept. Very appropriate for the game. So yeah, we need to decide if, and like I said, this is rolled daily. It's not like, per session or per week or anything like that. It's every day in the game. And so you can see that, D100, the odds of getting that are really low. So it's a year of pain, a bleak half year for a 20, a fallen anguish for a 10, a cruel month 6, and the end is nigh for a D2. Yes, the world could end in a week.
The world could end today. Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why wait?
Well, so we as a group determine what dice you roll each day?
No. So we should decide as a group how soon this end of the world could happen. So
well, I thought it says the game master rolls a dice each dawn. A result of 1 activates it.
Correct.
And then there's when will this agony
here.
end?
So you choose right here. So it's either a D100, a D20, a D10, a D6, or a D12. And so, for example, if we choose a D2, it's a 50-50 shot that I'm going to get a 1, meaning the world could end very quickly. But if you choose a D10, the odds of getting a 1 and one of the miseries coming to pass, is a 1 in 10 chance. But this is rolled daily, and then every time I roll a 1, we look at this the nameless scriptures, and whatever we roll, one of these happen.
I'm kind of feeling the bleak half year, just like a daily D20 to see. How does everyone else feel about that?
Yeah.
Up to you.
It's cool.
Yeah, exactly, Severus. It takes 7. So we'll keep track of the miseries as they happen, and then the 7th is the end. Oh, I lost Ducky.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's still there. His camera just went out or something. There he is.
I liked the screen.
It said starting soon. I was like, oh, are you going to stream on our stream?
I don't even know where OBS is on the computer, so I'm not sure why I did that.
No worries, man. So, how's the characters coming? Do we pretty much have it wrapped?
I think so. I think so.
Did we roll everything?
Well, because what we're going to do next is so if we decide on a bleak half year, if that's what everyone wants to do, starting on session 1, the first thing we do, we'll roll that and see what we get. But I think we can probably take a quick break, and then when we come back, we will explore a lot of other cool roll tables that will help shape these 4 characters in what's called terrible traits, broken bodies. So it's going to further describe what they look like, maybe personality characteristics, and so on. So, all right, we will be back very shortly. Thanks everybody for all the blesses, all the subs, all the everything, and see you really soon. Thanks.
You can stop the apocalypse. You can stop the apocalypse.
Welcome back to the Adventure Archive. Thank you everybody for joining us. This is our 0 session for Mörk Borg, if you're just now joining us. The first half of this session has been rolling stats, and so let's do a quick recap. Let's start with Jess, and you were playing Nagel. And who is Nagel?
Let's see, a esoteric hermit that's not very strong.
Oh, and did you roll your scroll yet?
Yeah.
So what did you get? I think it'd be cool for people to
Hermetic step, which seems like it makes sense.
see. Hermetic step. Is that... Where is that
I
one?
can...
Oh, it's the bottom. You'll find all traps in your path
For 2d10
2d10 minutes. Yeah.
Seems useful.
So everybody in the chat, the way...
Except for hit points.
Yeah, the way scrolls work is you can, they're kind of like spell slots. So if you had a bunch of scrolls, you can kind of just choose whatever you want, and you roll how many times you can use scrolls per day. And what is your die for that, Jess?
My scroll die?
Yeah, like how many uses of powers?
Oh.
You didn't do that?
Presence plus D4, I believe.
Oh, okay. I'll roll.
Yeah, we are. Man, Janelle just got the book, and she's like the rules master
Oh.
already.
I
This is-
just read real freaking fast.
Oh,
Perfect.
one.
Oh yeah, before we move on to character, I want to talk about powers for a second, everybody. So powers are really fucking cool. They're very metal in this. So the thing I like the most is let me find it. The critical failure. So you have to roll to successfully where the hell is it? Have a scroll go off. Okay, they're called, here we are, arcane catastrophes. So if you roll a 1 when using a power, you then roll a d20 on this table. And if you roll the same result twice, the caster explodes in screaming black fire in which the face of the dead are seen. D6 damage to each around. Water only feeds this fire. So
Die so fast.
there's no there's no chance. So this is a really fun one. In our first session, Eric and Matt were playing, and they found a sacred scroll, read it, and switched bodies. It was kind of a Freaky Friday thing. So that was a cool thing. But anyway, let's move on. Jess, go ahead and were you done talking about your character?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it depends on how much you want to know.
No, I think you're good.
Okay.
Just your class. And then Ryan, what is Nifel? Is it Nifel? Nifel, right?
He fell.
Nifel.
Yeah, that's right. Everyone can just always spell my name wrong or say it. Andy, evil Andy. I don't think he's
Evil
here.
Andy.
Quick question that I had that I forgot. Oh, when we die a lot, should we have a backup character made already, or are we just going to be like, all right, roll one
I
real
think
quick?
that's probably a good idea. We don't have to do it on stream, but I think you guys should probably have a backup character in case you die on stream and then you're not going to be just, all right, see you later. Yeah.
We'll just like
I think
open a
it'd be
door
a-
like, hey, strangers, I'm with you now.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good thing. Yeah, so we'll do that. We won't do
Okay.
that now, but And I guess that'll be up to the viewers to see who your secondary characters are.
Gosh.
So
If I put different sets of dice rolls in, we could almost have like a channel point redemption for like 25K or something, where like the viewer rolls all of your stats for your next character when we die 80 times.
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Sorry, fixing my roll table, it got messed up. There we go. Not bad.
And I know the chat was talking about the book.
We want to talk about the giveaway?
We could just real quick, and then again at the end if you want.
Let's do it. So, by the fates, we have another extra. We have an extra copy of this amazing book. If my camera can.
Yeah, it's working for Janelle.
Janelle has a better camera than me. We're gonna give it away. So be here next week, where we kick off session 1 for a chance to win. There we go.
All right.
So who is Nifel?
Nifel is a dead god's prophet. And his god is Nost, the herald of panic. And he is the lord of nothing, which means I wear bizarre garments that make me look like the parody of a king or queen, that impresses fools easily, and I smell of decay. The odor of my dead god pervades me. So I am a stinky boy.
Stinky boy.
Apparently.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, and Ducky, who are you playing?
So I am playing Abhorred Denies the Flesh, or ADF for short. And they are a pale one, and I rolled my origin, which was pretty awesome. I was hatched from an egg laid by a bog witch in the wasteland.
God,
so
I
yeah.
love this game. Yeah.
And now I'm here.
Awesome. All right, and Janelle, who is Hargha?
Hargha is an older occult herb master. She's been around a bit. And she was born of the calm isolation in the Sarkash Dark. She's constantly hunched over with her sack over her shoulder, carrying far too many items for her stature.
Awesome. Well, everybody, this is who you get to see next week go through the torment that I'm about to unleash on them. So hopefully they make it through. Hopefully it's not just a one session. We'll see how it goes. But as we said, they're going to make some backup characters in case death finds them sooner than later. So here we go. All right, so the second part of the stream tonight is going to be rolling trauma, a bad childhood, hidden history, or a twisted fate attending your birth already shape you. So what this is this helps define who these people are, what they look like, what their personality traits are like. And I think what's going to be simplest is if we go character by character, so you guys see a complete picture of everybody. So we're going to start with Jess. So the first thing you need to roll is your terrible traits. You need to roll 2d20, and let's see what you get.
What page is the terrible traits on?
39.
Almost sneezed. 39.
Is that a terrible trait?
Yes,
Sneezing?
that's my turn. Too much sneezing.
Yeah.
Okay. So a d20.
Yeah, so keep an eye on the roll table on the bottom right, everybody, if you want to see.
7.
7, so.
I'm nihilistic.
Nihilistic, okay.
I feel like that goes in my character somewhere.
Now roll another d20. Let's see what other terrible traits you have.
I don't know if this helps anybody, but I'm sorry. The obituary is where I'm keeping notes of all of this because it doesn't track my character. I don't know if you guys that have official characters have like all of this stuff like in your roles and stuff.
Probably
but for the
not.
unofficial
I
ones,
don't think so. So
Okay.
yeah, probably that's where I would keep it. I can probably
Okay.
assign you guys notes too, but whatever's easier.
And I am also worried.
So nihilistic
probably why I'm
and
a hermit.
worried. Yeah, that makes sense.
Both of those.
I care about nothing, but I'm worried about everything.
Yeah.
All right, now here is some physical attributes. Broken bodies. So roll 1d20 for me.
Okay.
It's an 11.
Yeah. Long tangled hair.
Oh, Mother of Jedi, welcome, welcome. 11 Raiders. So
Ooh, hi.
you got to the great part. We are kicking off our 0 section of Mörk Borg, which is a dark fantasy apocalyptic OSR game published by Free League and designed by Pelle Nielsen and artwork by Johan Nohr. So we are bringing this new game to the Adventure Archive. And everybody here, I guess Jess and Ryan, they've played one session, but everybody's pretty new to it, so it's going to be a cool time. So once again, thank you so much for the raid, everybody. All right, and right now we're actually, if any of you who raided has played OSR games before, it's full of roll tables, and so we've already created our characters, and now what we're doing is rolling for traits, personalities, habits, physical afflictions, etc. So you got an 11, right?
Yes.
So Nagel has long tangled hair, at least one cockroach in residence.
Yes.
Perfect.
My hermit vibe is coming together.
Oh, Mama Guac, thank you. Okay, and then next we are gonna roll. This is gonna be more of a personality trait. So D20, or like I guess a habit. 15. So consistently lose important items and forget vital facts.
Good.
So that's what's great, and I really encourage everybody to pay special attention to what these things are, because they're going to really inform how you RP this character. So it's kind of good because it like throws you curveballs that you may not have thought of otherwise if you're just kind of creating a backstory from scratch. So what else do we got? Troubling tales. Now we can talk about this. Do we want to roll a troubling tale per character, or do you guys want to share one? And I think that's one thing we haven't talked about either. Do you guys want to have known each other, or do you want to be strangers?
Ooh.
Doesn't matter to me, because the adventure I have planned is fine for both.
My opinion for the we could do that. My opinion with the troubling tales is that we all get one, because that just adds a lot more like backstory and individualization of our first soon to be dead character.
Yeah, and unfortunately I don't have a knife to throw at this page, so we're gonna roll a d20.
Dude, you know people really did all the shit that they wrote in here too.
Yes.
You fucking know someone took this page out, put it on the wall, and threw a goddamn knife at it, and then they played the game and burned the fucking book and bought another one.
So you rolled a 3, so you have a rare sought after item. Interesting.
That I often lose.
Well, that's not good. that would end that rather quickly. And then that's it. So let's start from the top, and why don't you describe Nagel? Like, what is her personality like? What are her quirks?
Okay, so I mean, she's nihilistic and worried. Has long hair with at least one cockroach. I consistently lose and forget things, but I am in possession of a rare sought-after item.
Cool. I like it. All right. Ryan, Nifel. Let's talk about Nifel and
all right.
see what he's all about. So I need you to roll me 2d20, or you can roll them individually if you want to.
Yeah, I will do one and then the other. Let's see. I'm gonna roll. Rolls. There's rolls. Okay. D20.
5?
Yeah, I am cruel.
That fits. The dead god's prophet. I think that's. And what else?
And I am. Ooh, arrogant and cruel.
So Ryan will be playing
Why
himself.
are these characters just ourselves? Yeah.
That'll be easy.
Ouch.
All right, now let's see. Oh, I'm just kidding, man. Let's see what kind of broken body Nifel has.
He has no internal organs.
Is he drooling? Is he? Does he have broken, crushed ears? What could it be?
All right, let's. It's just another D20, right?
Yeah, it's
all
a D20.
7. He has decaying teeth. Makes sense. Awesome.
Decaying teeth. Okay, perfect. All right, now let's
Yeah,
let's
there's
roll on
stench.
the.
That's where the stench comes from, right out of my mouth. And then.
Oh, thank you so much.
So it's another.
For the sub. Much appreciated.
Yes, Jedi Mama. I say this all the time. You know, Jedi Mama was the first person that ever rated us, right?
Really? Oh, I did not know that. Awesome.
Yeah. And Papa Jedi.
Papa Jedi, thank you so much.
Whole Jedi fam, thank you.
Jedi fam.
All right. Ooh, another 7. I think this was what I had with Torgo, wasn't it?
It is. Do you want to keep it?
My best friend is a skull. Fuck yeah, I want to keep it.
Okay.
The Dead God's Prophet talks to like random voices in its head anyway, so now I can just like panic with my pet skull.
So I listened a while back. I listened to a session of Mörk Borg where it was cool. The guy had this, and it was the skull of his dead mother. So feel free to add any kind of flavor you want to that. It doesn't have to just be.
Well, I'm
a
definitely
skull.
gonna.
It could be anything.
I'm definitely gonna Amazon a skull. I think last time I used my like glass like skull of vodka or something. I'm gonna have a real skull for this one.
All right, so let's start from the top. So let's talk about.
Oh wait, do I do a troubling tale too?
Oh yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, troubling tale.
Okay.
So let's see what your backstory is here. So a 7.
Is that a 6? Oh, it's a 6.
Oh, a 6. Escaped cult member, terrified and paranoid. Other cultists are everywhere.
Does that make sense with the Dead God's Prophet? How would I escape the cult of my dead god?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe they weren't your dead god. Maybe they were a different one.
You can roll again. That might.
I'll just roll again.
Yeah,
I'll just roll again.
Let's roll again.
It's just a little bit. 2.
Pet skull, Nidlap. See if you can.
I'm in massive debt. The debt is So still, this is just me in real life. So.
The debt
awesome.
is being
I'm in
traded.
massive debt.
Yeah.
The banks are just passing around my student loans over and over again.
Awesome. All right, so
Cool.
tell us all in like a picture. Who is Nifel now? Like, what do we have?
I think he is a Dead God's Prophet that is cruel and arrogant with decaying teeth. His best friend is a skull, and he is in massive debt.
Interesting. So I'm guessing he really admires the teeth of the skull, or maybe the skull doesn't have teeth. I don't know.
I don't know. I ate them.
You ate them. Okay. All right. So
And that's how you broke your teeth.
There you go. And now the stench of my dead god is pouring out of my broken teeth.
We did it.
awesome. All right, Ducky. Abhorred denies the flesh. Let's see what kind of traits you're getting.
All right, and that's a D20.
Yeah, 2d20, so you
Sweet.
can roll it twice, and then
11.
okay.
Vindictive.
Okay,
All right.
and then another one.
9.
Did you get a 9 or a 6?
Is that a? Oh, it's a 6. My bad.
Okay, I didn't look at the board. Yeah. Egocentric.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay. All right, now let's see what part of his body is weird. I don't know. Hey, look, Cutter's number 3, kind of. Rotting wears a mask. Rotting face wears a mask.
3.
Oh, you have a rotting face and you wear a mask.
All
I
right.
love it. I love it. So you're this creepy alien entity that was hatched of an egg from a bog hag or a bog witch or something like that. And yeah, rotting face.
Can I use part of the egg I hatched from as the mask?
Hell yes, you can.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome. I love it. Yeah, once again, everybody, like, if you guys have creative ways to tie this together or add flavor to it, I would love it. It's great. Okay, so now let's roll a d20 for these personality quirks, maybe.
8.
8. You pick your nose so deep it bleeds.
Through the
He wears the
mask.
mask.
That makes
know.
sense because you have a
Oh, I
yeah,
love
you
it.
have a rotting face, so it's prone to bleeding, most likely. The flesh there is, yeah, perfect. I was hoping somebody was gonna get one of these. All right, so now the troubling tale. So maybe like, what is the origin, or you know, what are they running from, hiding from?
There we go. 16.
16. So at permanent war with all Corvids, no contact without some violence. You carry a sling. Oh, so you have a sling.
Cool.
Okay.
Take it.
Take it, yeah. You have a sling as well. What weapon do you have right now?
I don't think I have a weapon.
Oh, you don't have a weapon. Okay. Well, now you got one.
I'll take it.
All right, cool. Well, let's start from the top and yeah, paint the picture of Abhorred denies the flesh.
Yeah, so Abhorred denies the flesh is a pale one who is vindictive and egocentric. They have a rotting face, so they wear a mask. The mask is made of the shell that they were hatched, or the egg that they were hatched from. And yeah, I picked my nose so deep it bleeds.
Please, somebody tell me they captured that soundbite so they can use it against them at some point in the future.
It wouldn't be the first one.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool. All right. Well, Janelle,
All right.
let's see what
Let's learn about
Harga.
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 She, 16, is worried.
Worried as well. Okay.
Also
so you
worried.
and Nagel might have some.
And 8, prone to substance abuse,
Oh,
which makes sense
That does
given her
It
affinity
does.
for potions.
That's cool. Sometimes it just
Um,
works out. All
should
right,
be
let's see how
copying these down.
broken your body is. Oh yeah, no worries. Yeah, don't do drugs, kids. Janelle is or Harka is only gonna do them fictionally. So
in the apocalypse.
in the apocalypse, I mean, like really though, who's not doing drugs in the apocalypse?
Let's see. 14. Corpulent, ravenous.
Raven is
and-
drooling.
Oh,
Ah,
I can't
from all the
wait.
drugs.
yeah.
Hopefully,
I was
like,
gonna say from all the drugs.
Yep.
awesome.
And 11. I eat
Oh,
bugs,
wait, wait.
y'all.
Oh, you eat bugs.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can eat the cockroaches out of my hair
Right?
if you
I'm
want.
just following you around.
A bug eater. Perfect.
Yep.
All right, now let's move on to troubling tales.
What is my background? I very recently murdered a close relative. Very recently.
recently. Oh,
I ran out of blood for my potions.
awesome.
They were useful.
Okay, well, you could remind everybody.
Harga.
Yeah. who's
Harga.
Harga?
She is worried all the time and tries to numb that worry with substances, which she tends to abuse. She is chubby, ravenous, and drooling. She loves eating bugs, and she's on the move because she very recently murdered a close relative.
Very recently. Awesome. Well, that ends the character creation, everybody. I believe we have our 4 people completed who are going into whatever may come. So I think the last thing, maybe I'll go over the rules, because I know everybody's kind of new once again. So I'll move everybody to a new scene here, and hopefully it shows up. Let's see here. Oh, I need to hide my PDF. Oh, we're still there. Can you guys move over? If you click on the top. There you go. Perfect. Okay, so I need to actually... Yeah, let me zoom out here. So this is kind of just a concise version of the rules. I mean, the rules are pretty basic. So once again, these are our attributes. We have agility, presence, strength, and toughness. All pretty self-explanatory. Toughness is kind of like constitution, any kind of physical resistance. Strength is obvious. Presence, now that's a little bit different. It's kind of like wisdom, and because it's like perceiving things, aiming, charming, and wielding power. So it's very important with people with scrolls. Difficulty tests, like I said, are normal. Or standard is a DR12. So that's pretty much you're approaching anything. That's most of them are going to be that way. And they're going to go up, and then you just roll a D20. Add or subtract your modifier. And as long as you go over that target number, you're good. Equal to or greater than. Also in OSR, now this is more for me, so every creature or person you encounter, unless they have some kind of narrative reason to act a certain way, I'm going to roll a reaction for. So I'll roll 2d6, and depending on that result, if it's 2 to 3, they just want to kill. 4 to 6 is angered. 7 to 8 is indifferent. 9 to 10 almost friendly, and then helpful even. So I think that's kind of interesting if a character who may not appear to be helpful might become helpful. So a lot of cool opportunities with that. So resting, the way resting works here, catch a breath. That's basically like a short rest. However, you do need to consume food when you do that. It's not just like you just take a break for 20 minutes. And you heal D4. If you take a night's sleep, it's D6. So you do not get back to your maximum hit points like in a lot of RPGs. You just roll that. If you happen to get infected, there is no healing when resting. Take D6 damage each day. So another thing is morale. And this is, once again, this is for the enemies. So this determines whether they flee or surrender. And like if the leader is killed, half the group is eliminated. The lone enemy has 1/3 HP left. So some creatures have no morale, meaning they will fight to the death no matter what. They have no fear. And here is powers and scrolls. So the amount per day you can use is presence plus D4 times per day, and you roll that total amount every single day. And like I said, the way that works is you can use as many. If you have 10 different scrolls, you can pick and choose. You can use the same one over and over and over again, like a spell slot. And then, but the unique thing is you always have to make a presence test. There's no automatic success or effects unless otherwise noted. So you have to make a presence DR12 test. Failure means the power does not work and the caster takes D2 hit points damage. So first negative thing, becomes dizzy for an hour and cannot use powers during that time. And then for fumbles, we all know about fumbles. So if you roll a 1, I get to roll, or you get to roll on that beautiful chart and see what terrible thing befalls you. So combat, initiative. So once again, initiative is somewhat simplified here. You roll a d6. If it's a 1 to 3, the enemy starts. It's a 4 to 6, the player characters begin. And I think just for the sake of the stream, we'll probably use the individual agility because that's the way Foundry's set up. They're going to each roll a die and that'll determine the order. So pretty standard there. The last time we played this, I think we just winged it, right? It was like we'd roll a d6 and then if the monsters went first, then you guys would decide which order you wanted to go after that. There was no initiative order. So we can also do that too. It's up to you guys. And then here are the abilities. So melee, DR 12, strength. Like I said, 12 is the default for everything. So unless this is modified for some reason, that is what it's going to be to hit something. Same thing for defense. So if you're just now joining us, the way this works is player-facing rolls. And if you don't know what that is where I don't roll anything. I don't roll to attack. The players get to roll to defend. So not only they're going to roll to hit something, when something comes at them, they need to roll to see if they are able to get out of the way or absorb the damage or whatever else. Oh, and speaking of absorbing damage, I'll move down here really quick. Instead of a armor class system, there's like damage soak. There's armor tiers. So if you're wearing light armor, when you get attacked, you roll a d2 and you will subtract that amount from the total damage that you actually take against your hit points. So it moves up, but as you see, there's asterisks here. If you're wearing medium armor, your agility tests are 2 points more difficult. So, it makes sense. You're wearing more stuff. So if you're trying to leap over a chasm or, do some acrobatic kind of thing, it's going to be more difficult. And this is actually what did Ryan's character in the first time. So I believe you had heavy armor, right? Didn't you?
I think and a shield too.
Yeah. So he had. Oh, hey, Rogue Singer. Thank you. Awesome. Hope you can make it. Yeah, next week, Thursday, 7 p.m. We'll be kicking everybody off. So anyway, so this is what kind of made this interesting. I think Ryan's case is a great example. Is that he took no damage through the entire session because he had such great armor. But then there was this giant worm toward the end that basically if you lost an attack roll, or a defense roll against it, it just consumed you, it devoured you, and that was it. There's no rolling for damage or anything. And so because Ryan had all this gear on, his agility test was much more difficult. So I think it was like an 8, which is not too bad to win, but like he had to get a 12. So that did him in. So it's kind of a different system. I know some people think that damage soak games or, just add another thing to keep track of. But I feel like everything else is so simplified. It's not a big deal. So
it's definitely not difficult.
Yeah. So here's the crits. So this is kind of another neat thing about Mörk Borg. So your attack is ×2 damage, which is pretty standard. But the armor protection is reduced by 1 tier. So if you get a crit on an enemy, not only do you do double damage, if they're wearing armor and say they're wearing medium, they're knocked down to light. You fuck their armor up so bad that it knocks them down a tier, meaning they're going to soak less damage. Same thing goes with players though as well. And then if you roll a critical, a natural 20 on a defense, you get a free attack. Now, if you fumble, this is where it gets worse. The weapon breaks or is lost immediately. So it's not like you, I don't know. So hopefully you guys can stock up on weapons or find something that will be useful as a weapon. And then if you fumble a defense roll, you take double damage and your armor is reduced by 1 tier. So it's very equally balanced between defense and attack in that regard. And finally, what happens when you hit 0 hit points? So when you hit 0 hit points, you roll a d4, and these are the results of what happens. So you could fall unconscious for d4 rounds, awaken with d4 HP, roll a d6, 1 to 5, broken or severed limb, lost eye, can't act for d4 rounds and then become active with d4. You hemorrhage, death in d2 hours unless treated, all tests are higher. If you roll a 4, you're dead. So, but I have this really cool card deck that I kickstarted called Deck of Terribly Broken Bodies. And what this does is I'll allow the player to choose if they want to roll on that table or if they want to choose a card. So sometimes these cards are beneficial, meaning you kind of shrug off the damage and you get a more positive outcome. Other times it's worse. So we'll see how that goes. And what else? What else? I think that covers the rules. I mean, that's pretty much all there is to it. It's pretty basic. Eric wants that deck. Actually, Eric, I have a lot of them. I'll show you. I have, this guy made a bunch, but they're for treasures. They're for finding corpses. Deck of Secrets. So this could be used for backgrounds as well, to add a little bit more, you know, flavor to it. It does utilize, some of these cards do utilize the tables in the game too, but then they have extra results too. So I think that's it. Hey,
Oh,
Garvin58, thank you. Much appreciated, man. What about the players? Do you guys have any questions about characters, about rules, about anything?
I'm sure.
What can we
I'm
use
sure.
blesses on?
Let's see. So what I'm thinking, and I was thinking about this, and I was talking to Ryan about it. Historically we've used blesses for D20 rolls only, but I read this rule set called Luck Dice, written by somebody else, and essentially people accrue D6s to use on any roll. So maybe what we could do is have the blesses be a D4 on anything. Damage soak, a D20. We could see how it goes. My only concern there is it might interfere with omens, because omens do some of that stuff, but yeah, we could give it a shot. So I'll change the overlay. Same thing for Banes though. So I'll be able to use it on any kind of roll I want. Yeah, and once again, new people, the shield that you see down below in our bits, it's going to be omens for Mörk Borg. And you can see down below what an omen is. All of these characters have them. So Jess has 4 total. Ryan has 3, but technically 4 for now because L2 was awesome and got the buy-in before we knew his max. Ducky has 4. Janelle has 2. So, but I'm gonna rule like we did it, a special case for Ryan because he had a bad first game. So he's gonna have.
I get a pity omen.
Yeah. You get a pity omen. But yeah, when you guys buy those, they do. You can either have somebody deal max damage, re-roll a die. So not only re-roll your die, but if someone else rolls terribly, you can re-roll one of their dies. And then lower damage by D6, neutralize a crit or fumble, lower 1 test DR by -4. So these are kind of like those luck cards of the Fate and Fortunes a little bit. Just kind of like a concise table of those in a way. But yeah, that is all I have.
Janelle got a bless.
Janelle got a bless.
From Eric.
Oh, Eric. Thank you. Using up those points.
Oh, yeah. I think you need to update those as well because we use some for the HP. So
yeah. So give me
Jess has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jess has 6. I have 4. Ducky has 4, and Janelle now has 5.
You have 4. Okay. Ducky has 4. You said Janelle has 5?
Because I just used one
for
the HP and then got one.
Oh, I must have forgot to update you then. Okay. I'm gonna update this Bless and Banes right now while I'm in here. Oh, and another thing I was thinking about, and since there's this rule I read about called cinematic advantage. So this game really doesn't have advantage, but that doesn't mean that we can't add it. So what that is it's essentially we're making a wager. So let's say no, he has 5. He has 5. What? Oh, let's say you walk into a room and there's a creature, and behind this creature is a stack of barrels, and you tell me, I want to attempt to gain advantage on this attack, and I say, okay, well, what are you going to do? And you decide that you're going to move around the stack of barrels and push these barrels down to distract the creature, and then thereby, if you succeed on a skill roll, which I'll determine the difficulty rating for, and I'll tell you also the consequence of failing that. So it could be you're knocked to the ground. He gets a free attack. You take damage, and then once you understand the consequences of that, you can decide to move forward with it. And if you do, you get a second roll. So I'm thinking of giving that a go. I think it might be kind of fun and add a little bit more, I don't know, narration to the combat and things like that. It might be interesting, and it might be a good chance for everybody to be a little bit more creative for those of us who maybe aren't as great in the melee range.
Which is all of us.
Which is all of you. Yeah, there's no hopefully you have some really cool powers. I don't know. We'll see. Not really? Janelle's making a face. No. But remember, if you guys find something and it doesn't explicitly say on your character sheet or your class that you can't use it, you can definitely use it. And I think one tenet or philosophy of OSR2 is anything can be a weapon. You can do anything. Don't feel like you're limited to what's on your character sheet. Feel free to just, if you want to do some crazy, weird shit that may be out of the ordinary and it constitutes a role, and it makes sense, we'll do it. So, yeah. And then, for combat, the way combat works in terms of rounds, pretty similar to D&D and most role-playing games, where you can move. Like I said, Mörk Borg is not a gridded game. What you can do in a turn is attack or use an item, as well as move across a normal sized room, which, is probably about the D&D equivalent. So, just got the femur. Awesome. All right, everybody. Well, if the players have nothing, I have nothing else. And next Thursday, we will be kicking off the first adventure in Mörk Borg, in the dying world, with these 4 people, and hopefully they make it. So let's do some shout outs for everybody.
Yeah.
You want to be the shout out man, Ryan?
I can do that. If you want to start digging around for a raid and see where we can cast out all these amazing people too.
Do you guys want to mention the giveaway again too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So we have a copy of this very game that we're going to be giving away. Janelle's holding it, and okay, man, my camera just not taking it. We are going to be giving it away next week during our session 1. So come back for a chance to win that. All right, I'm going to look for a raid. Let's see what we got.
We also have coming up on we're going to be taking a short break from Mythic Odysseys of Theros. But next Wednesday we have the Dark Kingdoms, just like every Wednesday, where myself, Jess, and Jason, as well as some other awesome people, are playing our Evil campaign. Make sure to go check out Silent Blood Ducky. He is a wonderful artist, gamer, person, duck, all of these things. So make sure to go check out his stream, give him a follow. So our channel as right now, Mondays will be Mystic Oddities of Theros, if I could speak and say that correctly. Wednesdays is our Evil Dark Kingdoms campaign. Thursdays we will be here for this for as long as we live, and hopefully through many characters. Coming up, we did complete the community challenge. So Jess will be running some type of game for the players on the Adventure Archive at some point.
Yep.
And so we will make that happen. And what else do I don't have my outro checklist. The raid. In case you guys didn't know, all of the freaking amazing like layout stuff and everything that you've seen so far was done by Jason. It is badass and beautiful. So he definitely killed it with all of those. There's a wonderful outro screen that you'll see soon as well. So yep, big shout out to Jason. I think that's what I usually say. And then there's the raid. Do you have someone in mind?
There's a Herald Studios. It's only 14 viewers right now.
What are they running?
They're running Dungeons and Dragons. Let me see what game exactly here.
Critical Role. They've only got 60,000 people.
We're a team.
Yeah, I know, right? Critical Role.
Could
yeah.
use the help.
We should totally raid Critical Role.
Yeah. I wonder if they even allow raids.
I don't know.
Herald Studios, a revived pandemic. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I just saw. I was looking at people with like lower viewers, or fewer viewers.
Oh, there's one called Idiots of Philia.
I'm good.
It's up to you. Just let me know. And I'll pop it over.
Idiots of Philia. I like idiots.
Idiots of Philia.
Let's
Let's go see what they're doing.
Let's go see what the idiots are up to.
April Anonymous running that. So let me just bring up the bring it up.
Janelle can't wait to die next week. All right, everybody. Thanks again for hanging out for this Zero session for Borg. I'm really excited. Hopefully everybody else is excited to check out a new system. I think that's my plan. I think a lot of the great DMs like Ryan and Andy have Dungeons & Dragons covered. So my plan is to bring a little bit of different stuff to the table. So hopefully you enjoy it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be dark. If you like Dark Kingdoms, you will probably like this. If you are squeamish, you may not like this. What I like to equate Borg to, though, it's so out there and so over the top, it's kind of funny. So it's very much like Evil Dead. If you've ever seen the movie Evil Dead, that's kind of the vibe I get from this. It's just so absurd and over the top that it's almost just like not gross. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But anyway, we're going to go to our thank you screen to roll some credits for all you amazing people who bought some blesses and subscribed and everything else. So thanks again. And I guess Wednesday will be our next game for Dark Kingdoms. And then two back-to-back Days of Evil next week, everybody. So if that's your thing, we will see you then. Thanks again, everybody. All right.
Bye.